tomato powder. Is it worth it? Let's do a taste test.
Hey folks, this is Casey and I'm One Mellow Marigold. Welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're talking about tomato powder. And tomato powder gets a whole lot of attention on this app. And honestly, I wanted to just try it for myself to see whether it's really worth replacing store-bought items or not. Now you can use tomato powder to do lots of things, but four really popular uses are tomato paste, tomato sauce, tomato juice, and ketchup. So today we're going to take this cup of tomato powder that I have. We're going to make small amounts of those four. We're going to do a side-by-side taste test to see, is it really worth it? First, we got to make the tomato powder itself. I happen to have a container full of dehydrated tomato skins and seeds that I had dehydrated last fall after preparing all of the tomatoes that came out of my garden. I knew I wanted to try the powder. I just didn't know when I'd have a chance to get to it. So I'm first going to go ahead and take those dehydrated skins and seeds, pop them into the food processor to do the first breakdown. Once that has crumbled down a bit, then we go to the spice grinder and we do small batches, powdering it up until it looks like it's a nice fine consistency. Now during this process, of course, I realized that the amount of tomato powder that I got from that one batch of skins wasn't going to get us very far when it came to reconstituting it. So I ran out to the store and I got a couple of pounds of tomatoes. I threw those through the dehydrator in slices, powdered them up the same way, and added it to what I already have. It takes a lot of tomatoes to make a cup of tomato powder is what I learned. If you happen to be a gardener and you have a bumper crop, this is a great way to use down some of those extra tomatoes. Now that we have the powder made, it's time to start comparing. Let's make tomato paste first. I've got a 6-ounce can of tomato paste from Aldi's, and in this bowl, we're gonna make enough for about 3 ounces, so half a can. This is a tablespoon and a half of tomato powder, and then we are gonna add 2 tablespoons of water to that. So it should make it nice and thick. What I already kind of love about this is, I don't know about you, but these little 6-ounce cans are great, but half the time I only need a tablespoon or 2, and then you've got the rest of the can that you have to plan around to do something with so you don't waste it, right? So I can already see that having paste as a powder first is a great way to use just the amount that you need. But if it doesn't taste good, it's not going to be worth it. So let's find out. Let's go ahead and pour our 2 tablespoons of water in. Ooh, look at that. Wow, it comes together really fast. Sort of looks about the right consistency. Let's just make sure there's no gritty spots. Get all the corners. There you go. I popped open my can of paste, and this is just a little bit smoother looking in texture and like a little bit more liquidy. And so I am going to add just a couple of drops more of water to this so we have an apples to So we have a tomato to tomato true comparison. Okay, let's try it. Let's first taste the store-bought paste. Ready? It's very smooth in texture, very tomatoey. Yeah, tomato paste, good. Tomatoey, good. The texture is grittier. But usually when you're using tomato paste, you're cooking it down into something else. So maybe not an issue at all. They do taste roughly the same. Neither are bad. I would just say the texture on this is just a little bit grittier. That's not such a big deal. Next up, let's try the tomato sauce. Now, with the sauce and the juice that we're going to try next, all we're really doing is doing a little less powder and a little more water. That's really it. It's just changing the consistency. In addition, a number of creators did say that if you wanted to, you could add just a little bit of salt and just a little bit of sugar to the sauce and the juice to make it taste a little bit brighter. So I've got those on hand in case we think we need it. This is an 8-ounce can. This is going to make 4 ounces of sauce. I have 2.5 tablespoons of powder in there, and I'm going to add 1/2 cup of water. As I'm stirring this, it feels like we're getting to the right consistency, but we still have a lot of grit. So I'm going to let this sit for just a couple of minutes and come back and stir it again and see if that gives the powder a little bit more time to rehydrate. We let it sit for a few minutes, and that was the right thing to do. It thickened up a little bit. Quite frankly, if I had a microwave in this old-ass kitchen, I would have zapped it for a few seconds. But we're going to give it a go as is. Already side by side, you can see the visual difference. The texture of the canned sauce is just much, much smoother. This is still going to be gritty. Okay, here we go. Let's do the store-bought first. Tomato sauce. It's good. Homemade. I'm going to taste it once without a little salt and sugar, and then I'm going to add some after. Here we go. Oh! Oh! Here you go. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, let's put a pinch of salt and a pinch of sugar in. Just a pinch. This is why I like taste testing stuff. I am all for long-term food storage, finding any way you can to reduce food waste, finding ways you can reduce your carbon footprint and your grocery bills. But if it doesn't taste good, I'm not doing it, right? It just isn't worth it. Okay, hang on. Now I'm nervous. Okay, wait. It's really going to be okay. We're going to do the juice next, and then we're going to do the ketchup. And then we're going to try the sauce again, but I'm going to get it on the stovetop, and I'm going to heat it up and really cook it down and see if that helps. I refuse to believe that people all over the world are just mixing this up with water and going, yeah, that's great. All right, let's go juice. We have got our store-bought. I'll just pour this in a little drinking glass. I have got 2 tablespoons of powder in here, and I am going to add a cup of water. And then I'm going to put the lid on, and I'm going to shake the living daylight out of it, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good unless we get some hot water in there. We're going to move on to ketchup, and we're going to come back to juice, and we're going to come back to sauce. But after the awfulness that was the sauce, like, I can't do it. I got to heat this up first. Let's move on to the ketchup. I can't honestly say that I'm a huge ketchup eater myself, but I'm just super curious to try. I have got about a 1/2 cup of powder left, and the ketchup is going to need all of it. So we're going to dump this in my little saucepan, and then to that, we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Next, we're going to add white vinegar, 1/4 cup, and then water, 1/2 cup of water. And we're going to take this on over to the stove and get it over a low heat. This is the texture just after stirring. Almost looks like spaghetti sauce, doesn't it? And this part is going to take just a hot minute, so we're going to leave it on the stove. It is going to come up to a low boil, and I'm going to attend it pretty carefully at that point. I'll be back with you in a few. Oops, real fast, I lied. It was supposed to be 1.5 cups of water. I wondered why it seemed so thick already. This looks much better. Hey, friends. We're back with ketchup. Yeah. And it actually made a lot of ketchup. I did have to use the immersion blender to like da 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 da. Actually, I don't think that's what I was really saying, but now I forgot what I was saying. So, anyhow, we're just going to taste test the ketchup. Here's the real stuff. Yeah, it's ketchup. Stirry stir. Here's the stuff we made. Oh, yeah, that's really good. No, 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 no. It's good. I really did like it. One more taste. Yeah, I like it. It's good. So before we go back, I don't know why I'm pointing so much, but I think what I'm trying to tell you here is some of you may be laughing at me quite a bit during this because I wasn't using hot water to stir and reconstitute. And I get it. And there's a reason for that. I watched a ton of videos and not one single creator, while they're making their cute little whatever, ever used hot water. They just like added the water and stirred, da 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 da. So that's why I didn't either. I did it the way blah blah. That's not what I was saying. So now we're going to get back to the sauce though, because the sauce was awful. Here we go. We threw it on the stovetop. I'm nervous. I don't want to try it again. Here we go. Oh, yeah. No. mm. Mm. It's okay. It's better. It's okay. I think I did put a little salt and sugar in it. It's okay. It's edible. I don't know. It's okay. I think I really wanted, if I'm going to buy sauce, I want a smooth sauce. But you could absolutely use this sauce for other things. Okay, then the juice. When it comes down to the juice, I did strain it before I drank it. And then it tasted just fine. Look, it's okay. So I think I'm saying that I was straining it. And then I shook it a whole lot, and then I put it in the saucepan and I heated it up and I did all those things. Blah, blah, blah. Shaking. I'm still shaking the jar. Now I forgot what I'm doing. Shaking more. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff I strained out. And then I dropped it on the counter. Okay, we're going to try it again. We're giving it a shake. We put salt and sugar and we're giving it a shake. And now we're back to tomato juice. Then it was good. Final verdicts. The paste, yes, absolutely worth it. The tomato powder was worth it. Love being able to just make a tablespoon. The sauce, I'm not really in on the sauce. I would still buy sauce if I wanted that smooth sauce. Juice, yeah, sure. Why not? Not too shabby. Ha 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 ha. And I don't know something about maybe making a Bloody Mary. Ketchup. Yeah, I would do it. Yes. I blah blah thought it was yummy. I think I'm telling you about the recipe again, and I'm going to put the card up for the creators of that recipe because they did a great video. So then that's it. Thank you so much. If you try it, let me know how it goes. Blah, blah, blah. Ha ha ha. That's it for today, folks. I love you so much, and I'm going to talk to you real soon, okay? Bye.